Verge under attack once again. True USD listed again on Binance. An Argentinian bank ditches SWIFT for Bitcoin in international payments first. Walmart clocks its entry into blockchain. IDEX is the most popular DApp in the world. CZ is no longer talking to journalists that don't hodl. And today is Pizza Day, commemorating the very first commercial Bitcoin payment. The markets are depressing, boring, and we're still going to talk about it for just a second. I'm Elio Trades, you're watching FUD TV, and your daily update starts now. Welcome back, FUD Nation. Now, we have to dive in here and talk just for a second about these charts. We are way down, slipping and sliding lower. Obviously, May has been a bit of a misfire month. I was very bullish on May. It looks like this is not going to be the month. Hopefully, we can get above that 12K Bitcoin sometime in June. That would make me more optimistic about what this means for the summer's bullishness. Again, I don't want to get too speculative, as all the gains in crypto tend to come from just a couple days. You never really know when those days are going to hit. There is one decent piece of news here on the third page here. We have NAGA, which was on the second page as it was pumping up about over 100%. If we check it out, they just got listed on Bittrex. They have a stock exchange and some other cool stuff over in Sweden. Yeah, so NAGA got listed on Bittrex, and that's why they're pumping. Honestly, that's the only thing worth really covering on these charts. Everything else is a bit sad. And switching over to our lead news, but also some sad and sort of recurring annoying news here, we have word that the Verge hack is still ongoing. And would it surprise you that they're exploiting the exact same vulnerability as the previous time, that this wasn't patched properly, except now they just used a double algorithm instead of a single algorithm to exploit the vulnerability? Apparently the attack is over, but they mined 35 million Verge in a few hours, which is in excess of like $1.5 million. It's a lot of money. Verge is not a stable currency. Its technology is not sound. Its cryptography is not sound. Its PR, its marketing, its management is not sound. I think Soonrock is just, he's not an honest person, and he's clearly shown that he's willing to lie, deceive, create hype, false hype, and leverage whatever abilities he has to make a buck. And it feels like this guy's pretty desperate. So it wouldn't even surprise me if this is him, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is Soonrock hacking his own algorithm or exploiting vulnerabilities that he maybe left there on purpose. I wouldn't even want to venture to understand what's going on with Verge, but you guys should know this second time in like a month that Verge has, not like a joke, has been hacked. It seems like someone is securing their lifetime Pornhub membership. And it turns out that a recruiter from Google actually tried to recruit Vitalik to their blockchain department. Obviously, recruiting Vitalik would be like recruiting one of those unicorns on his multicolored t-shirt, his technicolored tie-dyes. He's got all the money in the world. He's got such firm principles and ideals about decentralization. It seems far-fetched that he would ever go to Google. But nonetheless, he actually retweeted the communication from the recruiter and did it as a Twitter poll, asking the audience, should I go to Twitter, or should I go to Google rather? And everyone obviously said no. But I just thought this was funny. He put the recruiter on blast. He apparently took the tweet down because he had put out the recruiter's real name and email address. He hadn't like censored the message at all. I found this whole story hilarious and also kind of embarrassing for Google, because it's like, why would you even think that that's a possibility? It's shooting a little bit high there, even for Google, my personal opinion. So it turns out that True USD is back on Binance. This is now the competitor to Tether, where you have all those US dollars supposedly held in a smart contract instead of just being assumed or trusted that's there like we have with Tether, which of course has led to a lot of mistrust and doubts as to what Tether's solvency might be like. Of course, True USD is supposed to be a better system. This time it kept its pegging much better, staying at about 102 instead of raising to about 130, which is what happened the first time it was listed on Binance. So this is another option for a stablecoin. As I've said many times, I think stablecoins are going to be critical in the maturity of the infrastructure and the ecosystem around cryptocurrency. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think this is positive, and I think it'll do a lot for the crypto community to have a stablecoin that they can trust. And I found this story very interesting. Apparently, an Argentinian bank has ditched their SWIFT system for Bitcoin. That's right. They said, you know what? We could just calculate the amount of money, send it in Bitcoin, and we don't actually even need Ripple. We don't need Xcurrent. We don't need Xrapid. We don't need any crazy software here. We'll send you what it costs in Bitcoin, and that's going to be the way we're doing our international payments. I found this amazing because this is how many Bitcoin evangelists really look at the currency, but because of the fluctuating prices, the volatility, it's gotten a bad rep here. The overriding assumption is that you can't actually have faith in the prices when something goes up and down by 10 or 20%, potentially in a day. How are you supposed to know that you're getting the actual values worth? Hopefully this is the first of many of these types of stories of people seeing crypto for what it is, which is an easy way to send money anywhere at any time. And with Bitcoin, sure, 10 minutes might not seem like immediate, but considering it's an international money transfer, That's faster than light speed. I think this is great, and I'd love to see more banks feeling confident enough to use cryptocurrency on their own without needing a company like Ripple to hold their hand. And come on down to the Walmart town, where we're building the best blockchain around. Walmart's in the blockchain game, and they want to give you the ability to resell their products. We all know that this is a part of the world. People go buy stuff from Walmart, they go sell it somewhere else. They'll go sell it on eBay, sell it somewhere else, wherever they can make a profit, a spread. Now, for some reason, this phenomenon has existed for quite a long time, and Walmart wants to give it a home. They want to give it an easy way for people to buy Walmart products and resell them on a secondhand market. And they believe blockchain is the place to house this solution. I think it's a great idea, a great product, and we'll look for more as they push this forward. I don't know what they're going to be patenting as a decentralized resellers marketplace. I don't think there's anything even remotely proprietary about that, but I'm sure you get enough lawyers in the room, they'll find something special. And yes, IDEX. If you guys are not on IDEX yet, this is rapidly becoming one of the most popular ways to acquire cryptocurrency. It is the #1 DApp in the world by volume. It's got 150,000 users. And yeah, this is just where you can get coins early. As soon as coins are distributed from their ICOs, they can end up on IDEX. So way before an exchange listing, way before, it's a different crowd. It's the ICO crowd, then it's the decentralized exchange crowd, and then it's the mainstream exchange crowd. And you can even get mini or like sort of junior exchanges along the way there. Early, then minor leagues, then major leagues as it sort of moves up. And every different point in that flow is going to have a different pricing. So what might be the frenzy on IDEX might be a small fraction of the frenzy that happens on Binance. So you're looking at a potential to get your coins at much cheaper rates. And they also have all the coins that aren't, it's not up to CZ to do a rigorous vetting process here. You have to do your own vetting process and understand what you're buying, but you're buying in a decentralized way on a decentralized exchange, which we all know to be the future. So shouts out to IDEX, very good for crypto to have this kind of resource, and hopefully we can see many more of these evolve and access to all kinds of good coins really just proliferate. And I love this CZ of Binance saying he's no longer doing interviews with journalists that don't hodl because only non-hodlers would ask something like, are Bitcoins only used by drug lords? He's sick of answering questions like that, so I get it. I love this. I think that journalists in this industry should absolutely be holding crypto. How could you say you're a crypto enthusiast or understand this industry and you've never bought any? That's too weird for me. Today, 8 years ago, was the first ever commercial Bitcoin payment between strangers. This was coordinated online, and essentially the whole idea here was that someone would trade 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. Now, of course, 10,000 Bitcoin today is something like $80 to $100 million, depending on the day of the month, of course. And they have right now a bunch of commemorative gear being released by Ledger Nano. You see it's a Pizza Day Ledger Nano, and it comes in the Laszlo's Pizza red chili wrapper there. And they've just done this very special sort of presentation for the Ledger Nano. So you can get a commemorative Ledger Nano that's commemorating Pizza Day, the first ever commercial Bitcoin transaction, exactly 8 years ago today. Even when the markets are still so boring, it seems like there's always one or two really interesting things to talk about. So we can keep this conversation going down in the comments as usual, guys. Obviously, if you're new around here and you're not subscribed to this channel, we encourage you to hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so you're made aware whenever we put out new content. I'm Elio Trades, you're watching FUD TV, and I hope to see you very soon on the next episode.